Hello there, and we are live. See ya, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to today's show. Yeah, see, of course, you guys you can see me. Yeah, I'm not smiling today. That's how the show it's gonna be. Yeah, it's an Arsenal therapy today on me and Ab's show, the Arsenal Crash Talk Season 1, Episode 5. Today, I have my very good friend here, but he's also a special guest down here today. So, me and Abs will be hosting him down here today. I would have loved to have hosted Anthony Herbert in a more better situation. Yeah, but I'm very sorry, man. You're coming to a very hostile one because we're not smiling. The team didn't do well just yesterday, and it's an Arsenal therapy. Yeah, it would have been better if it was an Arsenal fiesta or an Arsenal jamboree. But sorry, we just have to get off with that. See, let me introduce my co-host on the show. No other person than the owner, CEO of Football Band's channel. See, no other person than Football Band's Abs. You welcome to the show, my brother.
Nice to be here, Tony. One thing I want to just say quickly to all the viewers and everyone who's listening, maybe now or later on today or tonight or whenever you listen, please smash the like button for us. The only reason why we need you to smash the like button because this will go out to more viewers because YouTube have their algorithms and we want to make sure that this gets out to as many people listening to the
Yeah.
show today. So kindly just take 2 seconds just to press the like button and then come back to us because we're not going anywhere, baby.
Yeah, and of course, yeah. Say, guys, today it's not gonna be for the faintest of hearts. Yeah, if you're an Arsenal fan, you really have to put your ears open. You know, in the show today, yeah, because words are gonna be said today, yeah. And of course, there's no other person than to join me on this journey today than my very good friend from Gooners from All Corners. You know, you guys have watched me and him do some epic showdowns on that channel, yeah. Say, no other person than Anthony Herbert. You're welcome to the show, my brother.
Oh, cheers, Tony. It's nice to be on. Uh, I don't know. What can I say? But seriously, what can I say about yesterday's game? I was trying to put that at the back of my mind, but obviously, just before I came on the show, it literally just popped into my head again. That was something that I didn't want to happen, but we know we got to chat about it. You know, we got to discuss things. But yeah, you know,
Mm.
just absolutely dire.
Yeah, you're welcome to the show, man. See, yeah, before any other thing, yeah, apps. What happened yesterday? What happened? Take us through what happened yesterday, right from the lineups, everything. What really happened?
Um, what happened is Arteta went into his Galaxy Brain mode, and the lineup. One of the problems with that lineup is Party playing right back. Now, I think we're going to touch on this more in the show, but you can't have Party playing right back just to shoehorn Havertz into the team. I'm not blaming Havertz at this stage. However, a midfield of maybe a pivot of Partey and Rice, or maybe even Partey and Havertz. It's got to be what someone's got to be sacrificed in that midfield. I understand that Declan Rice is our shiny new toy. He cost 105 million. I understand that. We can speak about that, and he's been playing well, but we can't have Partey playing right back. And if you see the start of the game, you know there was I think a pass from Saka, and Partey was just out of position, and they went on to score. I think they scored in like a minute and 40 seconds. You can see throughout the match or sorry, not throughout the match, throughout the first half, the players looked confused. They couldn't get to grips of their positions. You know, Saliba, I was hearing this earlier that, you know, Saliba, he's one of the guys, he's one of those centre backs that, you know, he's a ball playing centre back. He usually take the ball, he look up and it run 10, 15 yards and play a pass to Partey or whoever on the left or the right. He had no options. And all we were doing is side passing, backwards passing. And it just didn't make sense to me. And I don't understand what Arteta's doing. You know, the experiment should be done in pre-season, not when the league starts, and especially not against a team like Fulham. I think people think that Fulham are a shit team. They're not a shit team. Yeah, they're not a shit team. They had a decent season last season, and we're taking teams for granted like that. So yeah, that's all I've got to say at this point. I'm very disappointed with Arteta.
Yeah, see, Anthony Herbert, just key into what our brother Abs have said, just look holistically into that game.
Well,
What
I got to
went
be
what
honest
went
with
wrong? What went wrong? Everyone
well,
before that game was saying Arsenal will blitz Fulham or destroy them. 3-0. I was hearing outrageous scores. 4-0, 5-0, 5-1, 4-1. Different, de- uh,
um,
like demeaning results. Towards Fulham. Take us through what happened in that matchup, straight from when you saw the lineups to the end of the match.
well, to be honest with you, Tim, the lineups has been pretty much the same all three games. Um, I don't think Arteta knows it. I don't think he knows his first 11. Put it that way. That's my opinion on that one. Uh, in this game, I did predict Arsenal win, but I only predicted 2-1 because the goals that we've been scoring, we have been scoring many goals. We haven't really been creating a lot of chances. And the other thing as well is what Vance touched on with Partey being at right back. Why the hell are you playing one of our best DMs at right back? It to me it don't make sense. It don't make sense at all. Now we're talking about Thomas Partey at right back. Let's be honest with you. Let's talk about Kai Havertz as well. How many times, and you've been on my show when I said this, Tim, how many times have I defended that guy saying there's a player there with potential and all that we haven't seen, just waiting to come out of that player on the pitch? Do you know what? I haven't seen it in the first three games this season. And the first three games, he should have done something in Forest, Palace, and now Fulham. Because I'll tell you something now. He's like a lost soul. In 1 minute he was out on. Let's take yesterday's game into consideration. 1 minute he was out wide on the left. Then he was in the middle. Then he drifted off to the right. Then he went up and around the 18-yard box. Didn't do nothing. He was just like he was just like a number, you know, the 11th player. That was all he was. He didn't do nothing in that game. I didn't already see no runs. I didn't already see no passes. It was just absolutely dire. And I'm going to be honest with you, and we'll most probably talk about this later on in the show. I would drop him for the next game against Man United. I would seriously drop him because Havertz is not. There's nothing. If it means leaving out Havertz and putting a £65 million player on the bench, you do it. Seriously, do it.
See, brutal assessment, from book guides down here. See, it was a calamity. It was a complete aberration. See, me and Abs have been talking about this thing last week when we had our other show the other day, episode 4. We talked about this right back thing. We don't want to see Thomas. But see, when you starting with that lineup, yeah, we don't want to see Thomas Partey in right back position. It doesn't do anything right for this team. The psychology itself, yeah. Of course, I do know that that when we started the match, he drifts into the midfield immediately. It's something understandable, yeah. Good, but again, that's because the teams we're playing aren't keeping possession. If they are keeping possession, right back, he will slot into that right back position. It's because there's no much push from these teams we're playing, and they're not keeping possession. If they are keeping possession, then it will shape up, and then Thomas Partey's real position, which is the right back position, we've employed him, will suffice. Yeah. So putting Thomas Partey in that place, it's a complete spit on Arsenal fans' faces. Yeah, this is our best midfielder. Yeah, last season, our best. I'm sorry. Do I speak? Do I speak? Uh, am I saying the right thing? That Thomas Partey was probably our best midfielder last season. Probably, technically, our
Yeah,
best midfielder last season. Yeah,
yeah, you are. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. So this season, employing him in that right back position, it's distasteful. It's distasteful. And we're doing all these things just to accommodate one person in this team, which is Kai Havertz. So he's come in with his big price tag and he has kind of like just destroyed the momentum in this team. And again, when you're doing certain experiments, yeah, you have to try it out in a place that the calamity or the fallout from those experiments wouldn't be at a colossal, at a colossal blow. Yeah, I didn't see any of all these experiments in the preseason, which is a place where we're meant to do these experiments before you come out to do them in the league. And to be very sincere, we were lucky in the first game. Rode our luck in the second game. Right here, that luck couldn't just happen because you can't be lucky all the time. There are times that you just have to turn up and beat teams. And it starts up with you understanding your first 11. Mikel Arteta doesn't know his first 11. That's a fact. He has already proven it. Yeah. So when every other person was saying we're going to win a 5-1, 4-1, I just want that guys, these guys to just exercise some kind of patience because our back four, we don't even know who these guys are yet. Kivior is now employed to the left back position. Uh, he did quite well yesterday, but again, it's nothing like Kieran Tierney here coming in the second half with those deep dashing runs towards the left hand side that would put in some decent crosses down to the 18-yard box. That was missing. Kivior is not just that guy; he can't do it. Yeah, so now we had to bring in a Zichenko. Yeah, the game changed when he came on, but again, that first goal. Yeah, see, I know that Bukayo Saka has been a very faithful servant, yeah, to this football club. But guys, that first howler, yeah, Bant, what do you have to say about that? I know he's our guy. I know Saka is our guy. Yeah. I know he's this guy that we don't have to criticize. But man, we have to talk about that. It's lack of concentration. In the first minute, we have to talk about it. I'm sorry, man. He's not getting a pause here today.
Yeah, Saka wasn't very good Saturday. Didn't have one of his better games, but one thing we have to do with Saka is Saka's got that little bit of a license, in my opinion, because you know what? He's usually like the main player in the team, the mainstay in the team. And what we need to understand as well is we're a better team as a back four. So usually Ben White will be on the right, overlapping with Saka, they have a very good what's the word?
Chemistry.
What's the word? Cohesion. Yeah, they have a very good like cohesion and partnership on that side, which has been literally just ripped apart by Arteta. Because he's got a galaxy brain where he wants to be like mini Pep, diet Pep, and he wants to be, he wants to be smarter than everyone else. But you can clearly see that the players are not. They're not gelling. They're not gelling in terms of like this new partnership. If you saw Havertz yesterday, you can see players like Saka and Odegaard didn't want to give him the ball. They didn't want to play the ball to him. Whether he was in good positions or bad positions, there just isn't that cohesion with him yet. Why are we not like easing like Havertz into the team? I know we're going away from Saka. Saka had an average game yesterday. He was poor. He was in poor in
Very
front of
average.
goal.
I agree. Very
Yeah,
average.
that
Very
header that
average.
he missed where he headed it down and it went over the bar. That was terrible. His everything was off about Saka. But the thing with Saka, we know, you know, in certain instances he can turn it up. He scored a penalty under pressure. He hasn't been very good in front of goal when it comes to penalties recently, but he put that away quite coolly after a prolonged period of waiting. The ref putting the ball back onto the penalty spot and all that kind of stuff. He put that away very well, but I just think Saka was suffering as well from not having Ben White on the right as well, not overlapping with him. 2 players, 3 players marking him. It's difficult. It's difficult for him to do anything. It's difficult. So that's my thoughts
Mm.
on Saka.
See, yeah, Anthony Herbert, yeah. Saka, in the first minute, yeah, o- of the game, your concentration levels, yeah, you're a professional. I want to stop looking at Bukayo Saka as a young kid again, yeah, because right now is the highest earner in that football club, yeah. Uh, I know he's carried this team, yeah, as far as he can. He's a great guy in doing that. He's had lots of experiences, yeah. But again, when you're commanding that kind of fee, yeah, you have to lead by example. He has been, but again, can't be that now goals like that in that position in the first minute of the game. I, I know this guy is an untouchable. I know even many other YouTube channels never even really talked about it. They just said, he passed the ball and then it went in and then they moved to the next topic. I'm sorry, we have to talk about this because it's an holistic game. Yeah, if Kai Havertz is gonna get it, then I'm sorry, Bukayo Saka has to get it because he caused that first goal. He has to get it. Concentration levels have to be on check when we're playing. Anthony Herbert, Bukayo Saka's howler in that first half.
In that first half, yeah, he did make a howler, but I know it led up to the goal, but trouble is though, Tim, you've
Yeah.
got to bring the defence as well, because that first goal went in pretty much within it was the first minute, wasn't it?
Mhm.
So you there were 3 things that was wrong. Well, I could definitely name 2 of them. Number one, it was a defensive howler. Number 2, yeah,
Yeah.
they didn't do anything. They weren't there. They were nowhere ready to be seen. And number 3, there was no communication. And then you've got to look at the respects of Ramsdale as well when the goal went in. But I suppose with Ramsdale, it came as a shock. He wasn't ready for the ball, wasn't ready for the shot. I suppose probably why he scored. I mean, I'm not sticking up for Ramsdale here, mind. But to a certain extent, you do have to feel sorry for Ramsdale a little bit. I just feel there was poor. It was poor defending. There was poor communication. There was no, obviously, communication throughout our defence at all in that game, which leads us to this the problems we've got at left back and the problems that we've got at right back. That's our 2 problems,
Mhm.
and Arteta has got to see this now. Us as fans, right? We're fans. Arteta's got experience now as a player, assistant manager, and now also being a manager at Arsenal. If us fans can actually see Thomas Partey is not a right back, why is he playing him there? Why is he playing him? Because I got to be honest with you, I don't think Arteta's got a clue. And he's done it in the first 3 games. Fans is it on there saying we need Ben White at right back. We need our 2 best centre backs in. Saliba, Gabriel, and Ben White. Left back, he's not a left back. He's a centre back, and maybe he's one of those players that you could sort of shove in DM as well. But there's nowhere near that he's a left back. And you've hit on about as well, Tony, with Shevchenko coming back. He's got to be in that left back. He's got to be. I know it's hard, and he likes playing this inverted. Shevchenko goes forward, but he struggles to get back. That's what we're dealing with at the minute.
At the minute, okay, good. It's good we leave this. Yeah, come in.
Can I just jump in something quickly?
Yes.
This has happened now on 3 occasions now. It's not the first time that teams have scored early against us. So, the question is, what is the mentality when we start the game? Because teams at the Emirates that come and play us are scoring early goals. Who scored an early goal against us? Was it Bournemouth? Was it Bournemouth last season?
I think
one of those teams, Bournemouth or Southampton.
I think Bournemouth
one
scored
of those
an early
teams,
goal.
like
Exactly, last season, and that was at the Emirates.
There's something not right. There's something not right
with the mentality. Well, but see, let's move away from that one. Yeah, let's go into the next one because this is a plot. Yeah, we're going to go from that defense, up till the midfield and presumably the forward line. Ramsdale, considering 3 goals in 3 matches at the start of the season. At the start of the season. I'm not trying to make this guy the scapegoat. I'm not saying it's a scapegoat. But see, we brought in competition. Raya has better stats than this guy last season. And we cannot have a competitive goalkeeper, sitting on the bench while Ramsdale doesn't even try at all. And all those goals weren't, it wasn't its fault, right? But again, there's a reason why we have a goalkeeper down there. To pull up certain saves. And I'm sorry, Ramsdale isn't doing it. He's not just doing it. Right from last season, towards the end of last season, he fizzled out in his gameplay. His distribution is not helping the team at all. Look at Onana, who just came for Manchester United. His crossover kicks are even kind of like attack minded and could even set Manchester United on their way attacking and scoring goals. But we have Ramsdale who was performing better, who was distributing better, who was having crossover kicks better at the start of last season. And in the first season, it was here. But I'm sorry, you just have to admit that it has all fizzled out. Its distribution has fizzled out. Him as a goalkeeper has fizzled out. There's no coordination in our back 4. No one is talking to our back 4 when they're out of position, when they're not playing quite well, when they're not coming back to mark these guys that are, that are offensively running at us. When in positions here, it doesn't matter if we have a huge possession. We had up to nearly 78% of the ball possession in that second half. But yet, whenever these guys run up on us, they looked dangerous. The chances they had, it looked dangerous. And that's because our back 4 has no coordination. No one is coordinating it. And the person who's supposed to be there to coordinate everything isn't doing that job. Even in that first goal, of course, Bukayo Saka, mispassed that ball. I get that. We've talked about Bukayo Saka, But again, Ramsdale was out of position. It was out of if you watch that goal, it was out of position for that ball. He stood no chance to get that ball because it was out of position, far, far, far out of his goal line. It's not sustainable. And right now we have David Raya, who's down here with us. We brought him from Brentford. Anthony Herbert, do you think it's time that we should start looking at that number one position? This is an Arsenal therapy, yeah. So we should be shameless about this, yeah, because we should be going for the title. So we should be 100% shameless about this. Should we call on the expertise of David Raya to come in and save us, from what is happening down there in our defensive setup, mostly with our number one failing us, at least not helping us in some certain cases.
Yeah, why not? I think Ramsdale's made a few mistakes. Arteta should man up and tell him that he's actually made the mistakes as well, and say, right, well, the next game is Manchester United. We're going to give Raya a go. Why not? Let's see what he can do against Manchester United. And if he does come in and play in that game, bloody hell, what a game to come into against Manchester United, you know? And I think Ramsdale will be sat on the bench looking, thinking, oh, that should be me in goal. So I think Arteta's got to man up. He's got to step up to the plate. We've seen all or nothing, haven't we? With his talks, he like that as well. Trying to shout out and communicate with his players when they're actually playing on the pitch as well. I think, yeah, I will give him a go in goal. He's got to have. The problem was, I think Vance was saying it earlier. When you've got Ben White and Saka on the right, it's good. Now, when you don't have that, what you've done, you've broken that chemistry down to 50%. You've broken it down to 50%. You've broken half of it. So nothing's happening there on the right, and also nothing's happening there on the left because Martinelli and Saka are doing all the work, and the Partey and Kawart, they haven't got the pace to overlap them both. So we can't play that against Manchester United. We just can't. So we're going to have to play Shevchenko and Ben White and our two defenders in the middle, our centre backs. We got to. I want to see a feature of Partey and Declan Rice in the middle. And also, I want to see Martinelli, Saka, and Odegaard. And then you could pick your you can up front. Whether it's going to be Trossard or whether it's going to be Eddie Nketiah. I know Trossard had a poor game in the last one, right? I got to be honest with you. I thought in this Fulham game, I thought one of our best players was Fabio Vieira.
Oof.
Seriously.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Right. And he's got to change formation as well. 4-2-3-1. And this is what he's got to do. If we can see it, surely Arteta's got to see it. Because I'll tell you something now. He's got to see it. And you know what? We've got to play to our strengths because we're at the Emirates, and he's got to bring his A game on, his plan A, but his plan B, and I am going to say his name, Havertz, because that's his plan B, right? Drop your plan B. Drop him, put him on the bench and drop him. I don't want to see Havertz in that Arsenal playing in that first 11 against Man United at all next week. I don't want him in there.
Fact.
Don't want him in there.
See, Bance, chime into this goalkeeping problems we're having here. Ramsdale not even trying at all. Yeah, not trying at all. I know it's not. I know it's not. I know he didn't cost that goal in the first half. Yeah, the one that Saka kind of misplaced. But again, you have to be in positions to help the team, and he's not. It was out of position in the second goal. Yeah, not his fault. But again, you're goalkeeper for a reason. You're Arsenal number one for a reason. Prestigious people have won that shirt. Jens Lehmann, David Seaman. This guy's nowhere near. This guy's, I'm sorry, positional play, nothing. In his first season, his distribution was quite okay. Saved us a few times and all that. But I'm sorry, man. We have to call a spade on this one, yeah? Because we need someone who will coordinate that back four. since Mikel Arteta is misfiring on giving us a befitting back four, then we need a goalkeeper who can at least talk to these guys. Before he was this vocal kind of guy that will speak, that will talk, that will coordinate. But have you guys noticed that has fizzled out of his game? He's no more this vocal guy. Anything that happens, he just takes it. There's no talks, no anger when there's a mistake. Something gotta change. Abs, do you have that same emotion like me?
Yeah. I don't think Ramsdale will see. Defense wins titles, yeah.
Mm.
And Ramsdale, I don't think is the keeper that's going to win us the title. You can talk about last season, but as far as I'm concerned, last season's finished. I don't see him taking us over the line. I just watched that first goal again, and his positioning, shocking,
That's what I'm saying.
shocking,
The
shocking. Where
positioning
was
was
he?
an
The second
error.
goal, the second goal, I cannot blame him for that. Saka could be blamed. Saka should be blamed for that. Just doing that, whatever he done in front of Paulinho, whatever. But that first goal was shocking, and I don't know what's happened to Ramsdale recently. I don't know whether it's David Ray's come in, whether he's just become a bit too arrogant about his position or he's
Mm.
overconfident. I don't know what's going on with Ramsdale, but I've noticed with Ramsdale as well, he's not very good with shots at his near post as well. He flutters his lines quite a lot, and maybe he needs a bit of competition. Maybe this Raya coming in
Exactly. Exactly.
is competition
Would
that
you
we
like to see
need.
Raya come in place of Ramsdale in that Manchester United game? Would you like to see it? Would you
See,
like
that's a
to see?
hard
No,
one for
it's
me.
good I put you guys in the chopping block right now, yeah. Because
Mm,
see, yeah, Arsenal fans, yeah, we need to be brutal at this time, yeah, and we need to tell ourselves the truth. No more covering of our mouths again. We should be vocal about what we want right now because we can't be here and all these other teams would just gazump us and come in and try to disgrace us in our own home. Imagine we're drawing to Fulham, bro. It doesn't make sense, man.
the only
We
problem
need
with
to
that,
grab this
yeah,
thing, man.
the only
Yeah,
problem with
abs.
that, Tony, is it's literally bringing in a new keeper against Man United. Are we going to play that back three again? Are we going to play a back four? There's so many question marks. You can't just bring in a keeper for a team that aren't quite settled. I don't think that we're settled at the moment. And if we're playing, if you told me, if you said Tony Arteta's playing a back four on Sunday or whenever we play them, I would say David Raya straight away. But because there's a question mark of we don't know whether he's going to do the back three again or whether he's going to play a back four. I don't know. I wouldn't go for Raya. Sorry, I wouldn't put Raya in because Raya is just going to just be put into like a calamitous defense. Yeah, we need Gabriel back beside Saliba in defense. We need that back four. Yeah, as Tony was saying, we need um, Zinni back on left full back, and we need Ben White as a right full back. That's our back four. That's our back four. Why do we
And
have
that's
to
what
play
helped
back
us
three?
last season. Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Why
if the
change
new
it?
setup is not working, then just revert back to what was working and what helped us challenge for the title last season. It's as
It
simple
doesn't
as
take.
that.
It's simple. It's simple. It's simple as that. And we would have beaten Fulham probably with that back four, with that same back four yesterday, even with Havertz playing in the team. But all this inverting and you playing this position and I
It's
want you to
not
play
working.
7 different positions, it's not working.
Oh, at
It's not
last,
working.
Working.
at last, oh, at
It's
last.
it,
It's not. Arsenal
it's
fans
not
agree
working.
to it. No, it's not working. I don't like the inverted system. It's absolutely shit. I got sorry, Tim. I got to say it. It's shit. And why the hell Mikel Arteta just keeps deciding to play it is unbelievable. Do you know what? That our manager, he pickles my brain. Seriously, he really pickles my brain in his tactics, in his philosophy, in his way of playing players, telling players to go here, go there. He's playing players out of position. What we all know. He's a frustrating guy. He is really frustrating, and Arsenal fans, I can see if he ain't going to turn this around quickly, Arsenal fans are going to be frustrated with him, especially.
Ateta out. I started ringing out in the stadium just
There we go.
yesterday. I saw Ateta out
Yeah,
already. And again, he's putting himself in the hot seat. This is something that, see, he doesn't even have to be in this position. He's putting himself willingly in that chopping block. Yeah, because he has Gabriel sitting on the bench. He has Gabriel sitting on the bench. Probably one of our best centre backs, yeah, in the last 2 seasons. And now you put him on the bench to accommodate Kai Havertz. I know this is a £65 million signing, but again, he doesn't have to come in and change the whole dynamics of a team that last season was challenging for the title against Man City. Kai Havertz should be played. I get that, but he can work his way up to the team. What happened to gradual inclusion? Yeah, gradual inclusion. What happened to that? Yeah, okay, right now, guys. Yeah, we have a left back crisis. We all know, at least in this chart, yeah, because I know there's two people down here, yeah. We all know that Zinni isn't that one to trust in terms of, let's just be frank, yeah, in terms of his injury record. We all know he has a checkered injury record, yeah. You know that injury is coming up, yeah. And then we have a Kyrian, yeah, that could come into the game and change any game. It could change any game, at least from the second half. His powered runs, yeah, towards that left hand side, and those, those careful crosses that he could churn out into the 18-yard box. It's a genuine problem for any team. And now we have allowed this guy go to Real Sociedad without any convincing payments gotten from Real Sociedad. It's a loan deal. We don't have to pay anything. That's an understandable one. But again, it's a loan deal. It's not an outright sale. It's a loan deal. And then in our left back position, we're now bringing in Kivior to play down there. He doesn't know how to overlap. He's a decent defender. He doesn't overlap. He doesn't help in the midfield. He can't actually keep the defense together. It was proven yesterday because 2 goals went to the back of our net. So he's not the guy. He's not just that guy. Yeah. And he can't help us offensively. So we've regressed in that position. Good. It's good that we brought in Zichenko to change the whole thing. But what happens when Zichenko is injured? Come, let's say in the next 5, 6 games, what happens? They won't be stuck with Kivior, who can't even help us offensively. See, guys, we're in a big problem. What do you think, Anthony Herbert?
well, you said obviously with Shevchenko, he's only one injury away, sort of thing. He said if he gets a certain knock in the game, he's out. Now I don't know about this. The guy who we had in our we know back to Monaco, is it Tavares? I don't think he's gone anywhere, and he plays left back. So there is. I know it's rubbish, but there's an option there for him for a reserve left back.
There's no
That's
option.
what.
He's leaving the football club. Mikel Arteta doesn't trust him, so he's not going to play. So,
Oh
in
right.
fact, forget Tavares. He's not even going to be here.
Okay, fine. So in that case, then we are we going to go in for another left back? Because we got about 3 days left of this window, aren't we? So um,
No, he
I,
would play a back three. That's what he will do.
well, yeah, exactly. But then again, he'd have to, if he plays a back three, he'd have to play maybe probably a 3-5-2, change formation, spice it up a little bit, and hope for the best. And then
Mm.
within that 3-5-2 formation, you might see a different Kai Havertz. I don't know. I really don't know. But with Kai Havertz, let's be honest. This He's been in the Premier League, been playing in the Premier League now for 4 years. He's
Yeah.
Premier League proven. But I'll tell you something now. I think the Premier League's too hard for him. Seriously, I do. I think it's too hard for him. He was better off going abroad, going back abroad, playing in Spain or Italy or somewhere like that, where I think he'll have a better opportunity and up his career. I don't think the Premier League's cut out for him. I mean, for a player to be in here for 4 years in the Premier, the fastest league in the world, and can't do nothing, it says it all. So obviously, we wasted £65 million. Let's be honest, we wasted
It's down
65
the
million
drain.
quid.
It's
Yeah,
down the drain. 65. See, I know I've given this guy 10 games, yeah. But man, the 3 games, I wanted to see an effort. Me
yeah,
giving him 10 games doesn't mean that he has to, that the first 3 games have to be total shit. Yeah. I'm sorry, he's not putting up decent performances. That takes us to our next topic. Kai Havertz, yeah. See, apps. Mikel Arteta have changed the whole dynamics of our game. Yeah. And before, I was actually thinking that Mikel Arteta had a clash with Gabriel Magalhaes. That was that was what I was made to believe. But that isn't the problem. The problem is Kai Havertz coming into the team and changing the whole dynamics of the team, because Thomas Partey has to go from midfield because you have to sacrifice someone in that midfield in it. So Thomas Partey has to go to right back definitely. And Kai Havertz is occupying that left-sided center midfield, right? Martinelli is also playing in the wings too. I- It's a big problem. It's a massive, massive problem. Yeah. And again, it means that you have to sacrifice one of your center backs. And uh, Magales is that fall guy. Yeah. Is that guy that we've kept on the bench. Yeah. It's not that he wants to go to Saudi Arabia. He loves his football club. It's just because of Kai Havertz, who came in for £65 million and is trying so hard to tweak the whole formation, to tweak the whole team, just to make sure he fits the signing into Arsenal's gameplay. Abs, what do you have to say, Kai Havertz? And mind you, I watched him throughout yesterday, because there have been some other podcasts that have said, "Hey, there's something silent is doing in this team that we are not seeing." And you see, yeah, I checked everything. Yeah, I had a watch along yesterday. I checked everything, and I'm sorry, man. It's poor, poor, extremely poor. I'm willing to give him that 10 match chance, but man, Kai Havertz has been poor. Brother, Abs, chime into this, man.
Yeah, for me, I've never really liked Kai Havertz. I've never really rated him, even in his Chelsea days. And he's obviously a player that divides the fan base. Um, his price tag, 65 million. Well, I'm sure we could have got a better player for that price. Maybe a could have come in.
Osimhen with 20 more,
Um,
20 more thousand pound, 20 more million pounds, you would
yeah,
have gotten
it's
Osimhen, right?
the thing is with Kai is that I'm just confused about his position because is he a centre mid? Is he a 10? Is he a forward?
Is he a
What is his
striker?
position in the team? Yeah, what is his position? You might see him pop up on the left. You might see him pop up on the right. You know, the partnership with him and Martinelli. Martinelli's game is suffering, and I don't want to blame this guy. Yeah, I don't want to blame this guy because uh, it seems like we're just taking a pop at him. People often say, "Oh, Kai Havertz, he's a good player," but that's all I hear. It's the full stop. Kai Havertz is a good player. No one ever told me what he's good at. Oh, he's good at off the ball runs. So we paid 65 million for a player that's got good off the ball runs. Is that the benchmark now that that we're looking at now for Arsenal players? It's like he makes good off the ball runs, so that's why we pay 65 million for him. We have ESR, one of my favorite players in the team. He can do
Yeah.
all of that. He can
Hmm.
score goals. Yeah, very skillful player, good technique. Why is he getting shut out? Even when Vieira came in, and what Tony was saying earlier, one of our best players. Why was Eddie? Um, why was Eddie dropped as well? Because this is all kind of Eddie was dropped. He played quite decent last game, you know, but he was dropped. And look what he done when he came off the bench. He scored a goal. He
True.
scored. He's
Facts.
probably our best. He's our best striker in the club. I don't care what anyone wants to say
Right
about
now.
Jesus.
I'm sorry.
He's
I'm
our
sorry.
best.
We
He's our
just have
best
to be
striker in the
shameless.
team.
He is.
Yeah,
He is the
yeah,
best
he
striker
is.
we have right now.
He is. But the Kai thing does not work. Yeah, Kai needs to be dropped. If he's not
Mm.
dropped against Man United, we're in problems.
When a bit.
MUFC, yeah,
we're big
MUFC is
problems,
going to
man.
have a MUFC Global is going to have a field day if Kai Havertz is playing on Sunday. You know, don't ask me to come on the stream, yeah, because I'll be going crazy. So
See,
he
yeah.
needs to be dropped.
Amy Baba is in the chat. Onome is also in the chat. Our mancity coordinator down here. Raina Winkler, big ups to you. He says, hello, Gunner fans. Big ups to you. The Assembled is also here. You know, Live to Inspire is also here. All these other guys are also here too. Kayan is also here. MUFC Global is here. Endman was here. You know, all these guys, you know, they were here. Big ups to you. See, yeah, Anthony. What's your thoughts on this Kai Havertz thing? Uh, do you want to see this guy come from the bench? Because see, we've brought him into the picture. We've allowed him start. Yeah, it started 3 games. He hasn't. He hasn't replicated that form that he did slightly have in that preseason. At least it was at the back end of some goals. Yeah, it helped the team in preseason games. I clearly understand that, but again, it's not working. And you're supposed to be an experience. At least, see, you went against Man City, yeah. You've gathered a certain kind of experience. So I can't keep calling Mikel Arteta the inexperienced manager. He just came out from a title chase of probably the best team, in the world last season. Yeah, not probably the best team last season. Yeah, so you've gained that experience. So you should be experienced enough to know that Kai Havertz isn't that guy just yet. Bring him slowly from the bench. Bring him as a plan B while you have your other plan A's on board. What do you think, Kai Havertz in this team?
I didn't think he's good. So, let's be honest, he couldn't do it against Nottingham Forest, Crystal Palace, and Fulham. What any? How could anybody think? Oh, right, he's going to do something against Man United? He's personally not. We played 3 teams that ain't as good as Man United. So if he's featured poor in those games, he's definitely going to have a poor one against Man United. He is. Don't play him. Simple. Arteta, and we're blaming Arteta as well. But let's forget who that other guy he works along with, Edu. Right? I'm not going to bring up the Cronkies because Arteta has been backed. 4 years he's been in charge of Arsenal Football Club. He's spent £700 million in 4 seasons. If that ain't being backed, I don't know what is. So let's move the Cronkies aside. Let's just put them over here, right? The problem at Arsenal Football Club is Arteta and his Edu. Because we bottled it, as far as I'm concerned, last season.
Last season?
If we would have beat West Ham and Southampton, right, we'd have won that Premier League. We'd have been lifted up the trophy, right? Facts. So these two are the major problem at our club. They're like an illness. We want if Arteta does not deliver the Premier League today, this season, if he does not do the Premier League or win a trophy, he should be sacked. He should be gone, in my opinion. I've told you this.
Amy
I've
Baba
told you
just
this.
said your own opinion right now. He just said it down here. He got to be sacked if he's not bringing in these trophies this season. This is
There you
his
go.
litmus test.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
There's there it is right there. I just said it. And then I'm not being funny. The problem is everybody's saying about this. Oh, it's our next game. But yeah, right. And then we got like a break. So I think it's an international break coming up after the Man United game. And then the following game after that, we go into the North London Derby. So come on. I mean, Kai Havertz cannot play. That's 2 games I don't really want Kai Havertz playing. is in them
mm,
two. And if he can't
mm.
do it against the lower teams in the Premier League, then he ain't going to do it against the top. So
You see it.
he's got to stay on the bench. He's got to. He's got to stay on the bench. I'm sorry. There's no ifs or buts about it. I'm fed up defending that guy, thinking that there's a guy with potential and skills and all this and that, and we waiting to come out of him. We haven't seen it. 3 perfect games being played against 3 perfect teams. He could have done that in. We haven't seen it. So Kai Havertz, you're on the bench. And Arteta's got to do this. He's got to see. I don't know how he can't see it.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. My reporter was was at the Emirates. Yeah, a young kid. Yeah, it's on YouTube and on Instagram. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I've
interviewed a
seen it.
young kid. You've seen the video, yeah?
I've
The
seen the
young
videos.
kid said, "Sell Kai Havertz now, now." That's what the young kid said. See, if a young kid like that is seeing what this team needs, what are these guys talking about? What are these guys talking about? If that young kid could see the problem with Arsenal Football Club, then what are these old heads doing down there? They have no idea, they have no clue of what's going on. And I'm sorry, yeah. Someone would say, "Oh, we did not lose. Oh, look at Newcastle. Oh, look." See, yeah, it's not my business what happens with Newcastle. I'm talking about Arsenal Football Club. What happened to our football club yesterday? It's a disgrace. I'm sorry, man. We just have to call it as it is. What happened to us yesterday was a big disgrace. Yeah, playing players out of position. No, no. Okay, you know what? Yeah, this is. See, I prefer a manager. Just listen. Yeah, who makes a decision and stands by it, provided it's something that would help the team. You know what? Yeah, Eddie Nketiah started our first game. He scored a goal. Good. He started the second one. Yeah. He didn't score the goal, but he was the one that actually gave it to us in a platter. Yeah. The penalty. Yeah. And then you're Mikel Arteta. I want to know the basis to which you dropped Eddie Nketiah and brought in a Trossard. You know Trossard. See, yeah, guys, that's our next topic. Trossard. Yeah. Trossard comes into into a Premiership match and is looking like a shadow of himself. And see, you can't even blame Trossard for that, right? Because you've not given him any competitive game to actually play it. So how do you want him to just come into a game and turn up all of a sudden? So that's on Mikel Arteta. You've not given that guy a chance competitively. I'm not talking of the closed door games we played against Luton or in the preseason where he was scoring goals. No, I'm talking of competitive games. And right now we have a Trossard who's out of his depth right now, who couldn't score a goal against Fulham. We don't even know if he can perform against Manchester United because he's not competitive. He doesn't have enough games under his armor to say, yeah, okay, he could get goals for us. So
It's
now we're now
confidence as well,
stuck.
Tony. It's also confidence
Exactly.
as well.
We're stuck with Eddie Nketiah. Eddie Nketiah isn't the problem, but if you to stick by someone, then stand by the person then. And then you go, you bring in Eddie Nketiah, he scores a goal. See, everything is just in the shambles. Yeah. And it looks like the players that we've actually felt that these guys don't have it in them are actually the ones that are even bringing the energy. Just look at Fabio Vieira yesterday. How did we have that machine sitting down there on the bench and it was not brought much earlier? What are they doing in training? What are they doing in training? You must have seen these signs in training. Bring them up quickly. Change your gameplay. But no, these guys don't want to listen. Mikel Arteta is extremely stubborn, and I wonder where he gets his stubbornness from. Yeah, because he hasn't won a title. He has no license to be this stubborn. Just do the right thing. Do the right thing. Put these players where they're meant to play and let these boys play. You would see wins. But this guy is tweaking everything. We don't know our back four. We let Kieran Tierney go to another football club when we do need him in left back position. Because Kivio can't even make those runs. Kivio can't even give us crosses into the 18-yard box. We're left in disarray right now. And if we don't change this digression before this Manchester United match, and of course after the international break, before we meet Tottenham Hotspur, who's playing good football, by the way, this is Postecoglou who just came in and is giving them wins right now, getting them to play. Can't you see the style of play? I know it's too early, but again, you can see that style of play. Yeah, Arsenal history and Mont, great show you had. I was watching it. You and Gracie and Kenny Ken. You're welcome to the show. Amy Baba is still here. Ron Jeremy is still here. The Assembled is still here. See, yeah, apps, yeah. I just want you to look into this Eddie Nketiah thing. Yeah, is the it's probably the best striker we have there right now. That's what Arsenal Football Club has has reduced us to. It, when he came on, he gave us a goal. He scored our first goal in the first match. It hurts me to say these things, but let's call a spade a spade. That's the position we've been put in. It's the best striker to play right now. Are you in that realm with me?
Yeah, but we need better, and I don't think Jesus is the best finisher either. I think Jesus should stick on the right. In terms of Eddie though, and we're just talking about him at the moment, he's like a 1 in 2, 1 in 3 striker. And if you give him a chance in the box, he'll put it away. Okay, the other day against Palace, he tried to be a bit cheeky and lob the keeper, but that's confidence for you. That's confidence. Yeah, he should have smashed it, but he's showing a level of confidence as well. At the moment, though, he's the one who's on the pitch. He's the one hurrying all these defenders. He's harassing defenders. Have you seen him? Did you see him when he came onto the pitch the other day? He got that. He makes things happen. He got is it Best Way or whatever his name was? Got sent off. One of their centre backs got sent off, didn't it? Because he was running through. The guy held him back, and this is what he does, And we need someone like that at the moment. Gabriel's not going to be match. Jesus is not going to be match fit. He only came on the other day for like what 10, 15 minutes.
Couple of minutes.
Eddie is match fit at the moment. We need him. We need him starting at United. I wouldn't even start Trossard. If I'm starting Trossard, I'll start him on the left. But I don't think we can start Trossard as like a false nine. Trossard's confidence looks spent as well.
It looks deep.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why Arteta has left him out, and I just don't get Arteta, man. I really don't get him. Only Arteta knows.
Anthony Herbert, do you get Arteta in terms of like, see, yeah, we brought in Trossard. This guy, a very lively guy. Even me and you, we've been clamoring for Trossard to come into that team, yeah, because we've been seeing some of his off-field antics. He's been putting in goals in some of these closed-door games that they've been playing, yeah. In some of all these games in preseason, banking in goals last season, best in March, didn't get a sniff in April. We all wanted him to come play. But again, when he played yesterday, he was looking like a shadow of himself. Our guy our interviewer at the Emirates came up with an interview, and an Arsenal fan said Trossard had a stinker. That's how bad the situation has come right now. That Trossard had a stinker yesterday. And me and you, we can't disapprove. He had a stinker yesterday.
Yeah.
But it's someone's fault, right? It's someone's fault, right?
Yeah, it is someone's fault, and it's Mikel Arteta's fault. Trouble is, though, it's like what he said, and it goes back. It extends back. It just don't extend back from the front, and it extends from the back. So if you're playing the ball from the back to the midfield to the attackers, which are roughly, we know that's a normal game of football to play, right? And he's playing Partey right back. We've already touched on this, but the trouble is with Arteta, he's trying to fix something that ain't broken. Why? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just play your players in their position. They're guaranteed to give you 100% on the pitch. The problem we've got is at left back. Sichenko might be featuring against Manchester United. I have read that, right?
Mm,
I also did read that Jesus might be coming in for a return against Manchester United.
mm,
That's the reason why
mm.
he's left it. He left him out the Fulham game, so he don't get a knock. So so he could be roughly well. Technically, he thinks he's going to be fully fit for the Man United game. But this is just what I've heard on the Arsenal website. So
Mm,
that's all I'm going to say. But yeah. Going back to Mikel Arteta, we know he's got a plan A. He doesn't have a plan B. Well, he had a plan B, but Kai Havertz, that was his plan B. But yeah, I just feel like I don't experiment with the team. Just leave it how it is. Just leave it. So, I mean, I could go on for hours, Tim, and give you my opinions of Mikel Arteta, but we ain't got enough time. So
yeah.
he's got to pick the right players in the right positions and let them play. That's all he's got to do. Change formation. If he's going to play 4-3-3, you want Partey, Rice, and obviously Odegaard there. If he's not, play a 4-2-3-1. And let's just see what Rice can do alongside Partey in those two in that DM position. Let's see what that's all about. That was the reason why we bought in Declan Rice. I personally think was one of the main reasons. There's no point playing him in a 4-3-3 formation. Let's play it into a 4-2-3-1. Let's play that. Let's see how we get on. But we all know he's stubborn, Mikel Arteta. He's not going to do that. Is Partey going to be it right back against Man United? I personally think he is. Let's be honest. Well, he's an asshole, isn't he, Arteta? So I really can't stand the bloke at the minute, and he ain't doing no
Mm.
favors. But he ain't doing no favors for us, and it's not just for us; it's for the team and it's for the fans. Because to be honest with you, we don't. There's times throughout the season we're going to be coming on and we're going to have streams like this, but we don't want streams like this all the time
All
because
the time.
I've seen it on different streams. Saying Arsenal fans at this minute, most of them are not happy. Most of them are not. So
Mm.
we've had constant 3 weeks of unhappy streams. People
Unhappy
talking about
streams.
yeah,
Exactly. But see, see, Abs, I want you guys to chime in on this thing, yeah. See, I know we brought in Declan Rice, yeah, for big money, yeah. But guys, we're Arsenal fans, yeah. No enemy lines here, yeah. We're just Arsenal fans talking to each other. Has this guy been? Has this guy been that guy? I'm not trying to stir up anything, guys. I just want the truth. Has the, have you seen Declan Rice as that guy, as that outstanding guy in the middle of the park? Because I'm sorry, I'm not seeing it just yet. Yeah, people could cover it, the cracks up, and say, oh, okay, Mikel Arteta is the one. Yeah. But again, has it been that guy? Abs, chime in on this one.
Um, well, for
Has it been
me,
that guy?
I like Declan Rice, and I think he's been good. I'm going to be slightly different, have a different opinion to you guys. He's come in as a DM. He's played very well. Now, let's take away the 105 million tag. Yeah, he's in a new team. Yeah, but still he's churning out seven eights every game so far. The last 3 games he's been brilliant in every game he's played. Yeah, he's worked his socks off. He's distributed the ball. Yeah, what do you expect from him to be scoring diving headers, overhead kicks? What do you actually expect of him? He's doing his job as a DM. I think he's been brilliant personally, but that's
I,
my opinion.
no, I like
Mm.
him. I think he's a good. I like him. He's a good player. The valuation maybe just maybe is a little bit too high, but listen, the transfer market changes every season. I mean, we were talking about Kai Havertz, 65 million for a person that can pass a passable. But that's it. Vance, you touched on that, and I totally agree with you on that. I totally agree with you on Declan Rice. He is a good player, and I do rate him, and I'm glad we've got him. But I just want to see what him and Party are like alongside each other. Not within that
Yeah.
three, within that two. That's what I want to see him because I've seen I've seen it on streams now. That there's not many, but there's a couple of Arsenal fans saying, should we should we have got rid of Granit Xhaka? You know,
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, I've been seeing that. I've seen some
I'll
couple
take
of
Granit
posts.
Xhaka over Havertz right now, mate.
Guys, I've
That
been
sounds
seeing that.
terrible, but
I've been seeing that. Anthony Herbert
I'm missing him,
opens up a
man.
can of worms. I've been seeing
yeah,
some posts about Granit Xhaka. Oh, we
yeah,
miss you. We miss you. And
yeah.
guys, yeah, I'm sorry I'm the one saying it right now. I think this Arsenal team kind of like misses that grit and that steel in the heart of that midfield. We miss Granit Xhaka. So see, I never knew I would ever say this because personally, I'm not a Xhaka guy. Yeah, I don't like that guy. But guys, man, I think we miss him. I'm sorry, I'm shameless. I I think we miss Granit Xhaka. We miss that steal. How can you go down? Yeah, you come back from the abyss. You score a goal, you equalize, you get the second goal. You are home, you have the home fans roaring and behind you at the Emirates. And then you just allow that goal just slip. You allow Paulina to score a goal. And in the middle of the park, there's no one to shout, no one to say anything, no one is vocal. Rice is just, backing his hair back. That's not what I want to see. I wanted to see someone like maybe a Granit Xhaka, make noise around that midfield area. Why giving up that ball? I'm sorry, we don't have that right now. And then
No,
a second goal for Fulham goes in. No grit in the midfield again. I'm sorry, it's too porous. Yeah, I'm sorry. I hear you. I hear you
Yeah,
for what you
Tony.
say
No,
about
no, no,
Declan
no, no, no,
Rice.
no, 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 no,
But
no,
I'm
no.
sorry,
Tony,
our midfield is a
that
bit.
goal. Yeah, that goal had nothing to do with the midfield. Zinny
How did
pl-
they pass through our
tried to play a
midfield and,
ball.
and got to that spot in the first place?
But Zinny had the ball and he played it. He passed it right back to the Fulham player, didn't he? And then some play went and then it went off for a corner. And then the corner went in and they scored. So how can you blame the midfield for that? You can't blame the midfield for that.
I know, but on that last goal, I felt there was enough bodies in that box to deal with
Yeah,
that
to
ball.
clear the yeah,
They were just ball watching.
Definitely,
No one was
yeah.
there. They were ball what? It was just
yeah,
zombies that were just there. No one was ball marking. They
Zone
were ball
marking, that's
watching.
the thing, that's the
And
problem. Zone
Ramsdale is not
marking.
in his best state, so he can't even catch the ball. Everyone is ball watching. No one is doing anything. It's a shambles. It's a total shambles. I'm sorry, yeah. I'm sorry. It's a total shambles. Yeah, it's a total shambles. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That game just left a bad taste in my mouth yesterday. Yeah, left a very bitter taste in my mouth. But we move. We move. Guys, what do you see? Abs, what would you like to see in our next game? What if you were Mikel Arteta? What are the changes you would bring right now in that team?
Oh, do you know if it's a back four? I'm dropping Ramsdale. I'm putting Raya in goal. Ben White right back. Centre backs, the pairing of Saliba and Gabriel. Zini on the left. The two in front of them will be Declan and Partey. In front of them is Odin. To the left and the right. Do you know what, Martinelli? I want to drop his ass, but I know in this formation he probably thrives. So I'll stick with Martinelli, Saka on the right, and Nketiah up front. Sorry, yeah, Nketiah up front.
No space for Kai Havertz for you, right?
No, 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 no. No,
Okay.
he's
Should he
Arsenal
come
top
into the
on the
game
bench.
at any point?
Depends of the flow of the game. I would probably look for Jesus before bringing on Kai Havertz, but
before
it
bringing in
depends,
Kai
innit?
Havertz.
Someone could get injured in midfield, and then you have to use him, or something like that. But he's not a player that I'll be looking at off the bench.
Mm,
Maybe if we need like some height or something like that, but
mm,
nah,
mm,
he can stay.
mm,
He can stay on the bench.
mm. Okay, see, Anthony Herbert, yeah, someone that's eluded us is this guy, Fabio Vieira. Yeah, see, we have to admit, since preseason games, this guy has been showing himself to be something or some sort of changed kind of player this season. Do you want to see this guy being reintroduced and reintegrated into that team? Are you seeing some spark? Are you seeing something different from Fabio Vieira? He started. See, I've been watching him. Yeah, last season, very slim, very thin, no muscles, just a very thin guy that you could blow with air and he just falls off. But right now, he's gone to the gym. He's gone to the gym. He started working out. His muscles are shooting out. He's looking kind of muscular. He can be pushed, down quite easily. He has a football sense. Look at how he got that penalty in the first place yesterday. Tactical in a way.
His
So
assist as well was brilliant. His
this was
ball to
brilliant. Do
yeah,
you
the
want to
Yeah,
see
pass.
this guy come in and being reintegrated into this team rather than having a knucklehead like Kai Havertz have 90 minutes in this team? Yeah. Big ups to Oregon Gunners in the house. That's a big backer on this channel. Yeah. Po, po, po. Oregon Gunners here. Amy Baba is here. The Assembled is still here. All these guys are still here. Big ups to you. Anthony Herbert.
I do. Yeah, but at the same time, I like the I'm the same as Vance as well. I do like Smith Rowe. I like to see Smith Rowe just feature, like, whether he comes on like the last 20 to 25 minutes of the game, that sort of thing. Fabio Vieira, yeah, he did have a good game. Personally, I thought he was the best player on the pitch in our team against Fulham. You touched the nail on the head there, Tony. You said he's going to the gym. I don't know. I suppose he's going with Luca, because it looks
Hmm?
like it looked like it two twins in the gym. You know what I mean? With him and Luca. So
Big
but
up
yeah,
Slice X just came in.
but
That's a
yeah,
very big
I
supporter
like
from
to
day one. Big up Slice.
I like to see him feature in Smith Rowe. Havertz, I don't want him nowhere near a team at the minute, especially against Man United. It's like what we've touched on earlier in the stream. He hasn't done nothing in the last 3 games, and don't get me wrong. Uh, I mean, the, the last 3 teams we played against ain't as good as Man United, but yeah, you just can't feature Havertz. Uh, I don't know, Trossard. I like to see Trossard play. I gotta be honest with you. You know this, Tony. I don't know if Bants know this. I'm not a fan of Eddie Nketiah.
Yeah.
I'm not. But what he's done so far in these 3 games, in all fairness, you can't fault him. You can't in a minute.
He's our
I
best
think
striker. Sorry.
Trossard had an off game because of the chemistry is breaking down because players are playing out of position. That's a known fact. I think that something was missing up front. We said it with Martinelli and Saka. They were mediocre. They weren't great. They were just mediocre. So if they're mediocre, Odegaard's going to be mediocre, and so is Trossard. You know what I'm saying? So it took Vieira to come on and just and just spice that little bit up, and which it did work. But yeah, I think in the next game I wouldn't have Kai Havertz. I think he's better off at just at half time. He's probably putting the hair dye in Mikel Arteta's hair. To be honest with you, so that's it really.
Yeah,
Oh
sure.
man,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Abs and Anthony, yeah. We've totally ignored the fact, yeah, that we were playing against 10 men, 10 man Fulham. We've totally ignored that. We've not even talked about it. That we played against 10-man Fulham.
They nearly beat us. They nearly won with Traore, that shot.
Oh
He
my
broke.
God! Did you see that Jimenez shot? Uh, This guy, see,
Oh,
we had almost every. See, we had almost all the whole ball possession, but the chances this guy's got were actually even better than the Arsenal
mm.
chances that were available to us, and we had nearly 80% of the ball possession in that game.
Have you
It's
noticed we
shameful.
haven't had that many? We've not had really that many goal chances in the last 3 games.
In the last three games, the
Yeah, not
chances have
very many.
dried up.
Yeah, dried
No
up.
clear cut chances.
No.
Even
Guys,
if they're
we're lucky to
even
be
if
on the
they're
points
they're
now.
coming in
The
sparingly.
points
Not
we
that
got now,
much, right?
we're lucky to have them. I mean, look at that. Forest could have scored. That could have been quite easily 2-2. Palace missed the penalty. What I mean? And they had a chance at
Yeah.
the end. If they would have scored that penalty and they scored that chance at the end, we could have lost 2-1. So do you
Crystal
know what
Palace
I'm
should
saying?
have gotten a penalty. In fact, it was a penalty for them in my own
Yeah.
books. They should have equalized. See, man, see, we're not playing well. We're not playing well. Something is going on
Mm,
in that team, and
It's
Mikel
the
Arteta has to get it
expectation.
right.
It's the expectation now, the pressure.
Mm,
People are expecting, rival fans are expecting us to be challenging City, because this is what I'm hearing from everyone. You lot should be challenging City this season because of last season. It doesn't work like that though, does it?
mm,
Right, we had I'll say a fluke season last season. Yeah. Season is a completely different season. Yes, we've strengthened slightly, but Tony's point was like he was saying earlier about the Nketiah thing. Now, I'm not me and Tony have spoken about Nketiah many times. We're not his best fans in terms of like
mm.
him, but for what we have right now at this minute, if I was to start someone, it would have to be Nketiah based on his form. And it's
mm,
not to say that I love him, this player, and I overrate him, but at the moment, he's our most deadliest striker at the moment, and I will play him in front of Jesus at this moment in time.
mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I totally agree. I totally agree with that. See, guys, we have to call it a day. Yeah, we just have to call it a day. But see, before we call it a day, yeah, did you guys see that Liverpool versus Newcastle
Yeah,
match?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
see the
yeah.
Yeah.
mentality.
Nunes.
No,
That's what we need, a Nunes, man. A
the
Darwin. We need
mentality.
someone like that.
See, guys,
Raw.
guys in the chat, yeah, the mentality. See, that's why I wanted to be different this season. Does Arsenal have that
Killer
mentality?
mentality.
Do we
Mm.
Killer
have it?
mentality. When we went, no, no,
Liverpool
no, we don't. No, 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 we don't.
went
No,
a
no, no,
man
we don't.
down. We
We
don't
went
have that.
two when no, we went 2-1 up and we stopped playing against Fulham. We
Well,
just took it easy. We didn't
yeah.
go
We
for the
just took it.
killer. We just took it easy.
But
The same
you,
the
did
same
you
thing in
did
the
you see
first game
the difference
against
between the
Spurs.
defence, our defence? Look at the defence today against Sheffield United and Man City. Haaland was
Oh,
marked out that game. Haaland
yeah.
was marked out the game. He
Haaland
could.
was getting bullied.
There you
He
go.
was getting bullied.
Bullied. He was
But if it
frustrated and
is us,
everything.
they would destroy us. 5-1,
Yeah,
4-1,
yeah. Kill
7-1.
us. Yeah.
These guys will murder us. But see, yeah, there's just a whole lot of kind of worms that could be opened. But see, yeah, the mentality of Liverpool, yeah, a man down. Look at how they played. Look at Nunes. Endsman TV was down there and was shouting Nunes. Yeah, that's what a striker will come in and give to you. We don't have that luxury. We don't have a super striker down here because the
Yeah.
window is open and we brought no one. We still have 3 more days. See, that even brings us to the last topic. Yeah, see, 3 days to the end of the 2 days actually because we're going to the 28th. 2 days to the close of the window. Who do you guys want to see? I'll start with you, Anthony. What should we
So
do? What do you want to see in the last 2 days of the transfer window?
I want to see. I want to see a striker at the club. And also another defender. anything basically to get Rob Holding out of our club. you know, but that's me. Striker wise, who's out there at the minute? Who's available? Who can we buy? Do you know what I'm saying? Everybody's saying that they don't want the who was the guy that played for Fiorentina, went to Juventus?
Vlahovic.
Vlahovic. Yeah,
Vlahovic, yeah.
yeah. People have said, some Arsenal fans are saying now they don't even want him.
Will you take Lukaku?
No. Do you know something? Crystal Palace are after him for on a loan.
Abs,
That's about his level,
what
man.
do you want to see at the last final days, of the transfer window? 2 days to the end. It's closing next week. What should Arsenal do? We just let our left back, our optional left back, we just drove him to the airport to get a transfer to Real Sociedad. What should we be hoping for in the next 2 days? What are you hoping for as an Arsenal fan in the next 2 days?
Yeah, same as Tony. I want a left back and I want a forward. Do you know what? Yeah, I've been talking about Mbemo from Brentford. Yeah, I love that guy. You know,
You've been
obviously
talking
Tony's
about him.
my guy. Tony's my guy, but I'll take Mbemo right now. You know, that guy is trouble. Yeah, for any defense. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's got everything. Yeah, he may not be popular because he plays for Brentford, but he's a hot striker at the moment. I'll take I'll even take Ferguson from Brighton as well. Is it Ferguson, the young striker?
Yeah,
I'll take
Ferguson,
him.
but you're talking of 100. That's
100
under
million.
100
That's the
million
thing.
player, man.
That's the thing. That's the thing. So it's going to be expensive though, isn't it? Last days
That's a
of the
100
transfer
million
window.
player.
It's gonna get expensive. So
Solid. Could we send Arteta like on loan? Can we do that? Could any manager-less team send him out on loan?
oh man, seriously, he's probably
See,
preparing notes with Pep at the moment. Oh, what formation should I play against City? This guy.
Anthony, please shout out your channel, man. We've come to the end of the show, man.
Yeah. You can find me on Football United TV, where I used to show Gunners of All Corners, which is on Thursday nights at 9 o'clock. We got an interesting one coming up. It's 3 Arsenal fans against 3 Man United fans. So there's going to be a bit of rivalry there and banter and God knows what else going on between us. And also, I host a show on there on Sundays, the Premier League weekend show, where we talk about the games on the weekend, and also we do a score prediction for the following week on that show as well.
I'm sorry, guys. Just before we go, someone just said something about it's banter anyway. It's the assembly. They say, but does the Brentford striker fit Arteta's system? Do you guys take it that we might not be going for a striker in this summer transfer window because a deal is coming up by January for someone who actually loves this football club? I'm talking of Ivan Toney. Abs, what do you have to say to that? Do you take it as an excuse if we say
talk. That's all talk. We know that's all talk. We know that's just like paper talk. So if it happens, then I'll be ecstatic because I've been calling for this guy for the last 2 seasons now. But I don't think it's going to happen, and someone will snap him up. Someone will snap up Ivan Toney because he's just too good, and he's in his peak at the moment. So he'll score goals for whoever he plays for. He just needs to stay away from the bookies.
Yeah, exactly. Anthony, do you see him coming? Do you see him coming to Arsenal? Yes or no? Just yes or no. No, you don't see him.
They want 80 million for him, Tony. No, I don't think they'll spend 80 million on him.
Arteta likes his players clean as well, isn't it? With clean records, he likes really
But
clean.
guys, we just sold Balogun for 50 million, at least 40 million pounds to Monaco. What's wrong in adding maybe more 30 million plus a player and giving Brentford and bringing the player in? Is that bad? Is that far from reality? We just sold Balogun for 40 million pounds. What are we talking about? We just sold a prospect in Balogun for
Records,
40 million pounds.
records
Record.
are records, yeah?
It's pure gain. We didn't buy him. He came through the ranks. LN guy. Yeah. 40 million pounds. So what is bad if we put in maybe if we just add in maybe 20 million and add one of this dead wood that we have here?
For Rob Holding, yeah?
Yeah, Rob Holding.
And
Plus Rob
Tavares.
Holding. Just give Tavares, see, Tavares, Cedric the Entertainer, Rob Holding, the
Is
three of
Cedric
them.
still at our club?
Just,
Is Cedric still at our club?
what are you talking? He's playing with Win the
Oh,
Dog as we talk
Yeah.
right now. He's playing with
El
Win the
Neni.
Dog. He's there.
El
El
Neni's still
Neni.
there. Yeah.
Give this guy, give
The
all these four
Conga.
guys.
The
Look,
Conga's still there.
Onga. Give all these guys, yeah, plus 40 million pounds were derived from Balogun. What are we talking about? Do these guys know how to do business in any way, or are they just totally clueless? You get 40 million pounds from Balogun. Put that in. Rob Odin, put that in. Lokonga, put that in.
Mm-hmm.
It's simple. But these guys, they have other ideas. They're smoking something at the Emirates, man. Abs, please shout out your channel, man.
yeah, Football Bants channel. Catch me on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube as well, obviously. So yeah, just click on the subscribe button. I've also got this same show on my channel as well. So if you can if you can click on the like button for me, that would be well appreciated. But yeah, man, it's been a good show with both the Tonys
Yeah,
today, and yeah, I look forward to obviously having another show with you guys sooner
yeah,
rather than
probably
later.
next week. Probably next week. See
Yeah,
you
we'll
guys.
definitely.
Yeah, join me and the Oregon Gooner tomorrow. Yeah, Arsenal therapy. But you know who's going to be joining us in this Arsenal therapy tomorrow? See, it's no other person, yeah, than the Arsenal Slayer. He's coming to slay us tomorrow.
Oh
Deji
man!
Sports.
Oh.
So Deji Sports will be down here with me and Oregon the Gooner, yeah, laughing at us, taking the absolute piss over us, and just you know, herald Ange Postecoglou as the next big thing in the Premiership. And see, who are we to argue? They're just winning games, beating teams, while Arsenal is not even playing well. They might as well, be challenging for the title this season. Who knows? But let's see. Join me, Oregon Gunner, and Deji Sports tomorrow. Tomorrow it's gonna be a blast, guys. You just have to
It
come
is.
down with us. From me, Oregon Gunner, and my guy, Football Bands channel. Peace out.